for the weekend following a sudden visit from federal agents Friday. The FBI confirming an investigation now underway in the south suburb, though declining to comment on the nature of it, calling it, quote, court-authorized law enforcement activity. But according to sources, at least 2 subpoenas were served during the FBI investigation to obtain personnel records, including those of police officers.
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. On today's episode, we're going to talk about modern women utilizing the old catchphrase when the relationship goes awry of a man being narcissistic. I'm not a psychologist, but I will rely on those who are, as well as clear-cut examples of what's taking place today, real time. And there's no better example of an individual with a narcissistic personality than Dalton's own Tiffany Henyard. You don't have to believe me. Let's take a deep dive into what has transpired as of today with this quote-unquote super mayor.
The narcissist needs to be the center of attention, and anybody else that's getting any attention is a threat. Anybody else that's getting laughs, anybody else that's getting focused on, anybody else that's of interest, we need to get rid of them, because all the attention needs to be on the narcissist. They have a really pathological need for admiration. They need people to tell them how smart they are, how interesting they are, how special they are, show them how entitled they are. And if that doesn't happen, they get very upset. They get very frustrated, and they can go on the attack.
Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's empowered.
Now that we had the foundation set by Dr. Phil, let's look at some more examples of Mayor Henyard's narcissistic behavior in real time.
It's not unusual for the mayor of a big city like Chicago to have a security detail, but residents of South Suburban Dalton, population a little more than 20,000, are shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for police to drive and protect their mayor. And trustees say enough is enough. Mayor, mind if I ask you a couple questions about your security detail?
Absolutely not.
I'm asking her.
Yeah, she says no.
Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard was not in a talkative mood when we caught up with her a couple weeks ago. Henyard, who doubles as the supervisor for Thornton Township, began using Dalton cops to drive her around shortly after she was elected mayor in 2021. Dalton trustees filed a lawsuit saying she never justified the need for security and does not have the legal authority to order spending on her own. So, how much does all this cost? Well, we filed a Freedom of Information request and found that officers assigned to her detail are routinely working hundreds of hours of overtime and even accompanying the mayor when she travels out of state. One officer put in for more than 300 hours worked in a 2-week payroll period, making more than $13,000 in a single paycheck.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's more than 200 hours of OT in just 2 weeks.
Fake news.
I see no justification whatsoever, and more than that, it's really a detriment to the residents of Dalton.
How so?
The residents, if we would take the same money and put it on officers patrolling the streets, then the residents will see a much better presence and public safety will be better.
Oh, she loves it. She just loves it. She loves the detail. I think it makes her feel as if she's like a superstar.
You can't make this shit up, people.
If you're enjoying the video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Male Reality Lessons.
Just to step back, the word narcissism itself comes from a Greek mythological character. So there was a character called Narcissus who looked into a pond and saw his own reflection and fell in love with it. and became so absorbed at looking at his own self-reflection that he didn't do anything else. So that element of being self-absorbed is a defining trait of narcissism. But that could be just a part of someone's personality in life, or it can be to the point where they often will be very thin-skinned and very fragile in terms of their self-esteem, and who wants to be in a relationship with someone who gets lashed out at every time they make a little comment. Narcissists, on the one hand, I think, attract people to be in relationships with them. Narcissists have a lot of energy. They've figured out, successful narcissists, how to get people on their side to advance their ends. They could be very upbeat because they have this mission, if you will, to aggrandize themselves. And so someone who has a project that they're energetic about and working on could attract people. The problem is that narcissists lack empathy often, and so it's very hard to be in a relationship with them. They will not really care about the person. They will be in the relationship because it helps them.
Joining me now is Valerie Stubbs. She's a longtime resident and former trustee of Dalton Village. She is also an outspoken critic of the mayor. Thanks very much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. So what is going on with this mayor? I've never heard people this angry about something like this. What's going on?
Thank you, Dan, for having me on. First of all, this tyrant of a mayor is the worst mayor in America. She's spending all of our tax dollars. She's not transparent on our finances. We're $7 million in debt. She's using the police officers to violate our First Amendment rights. She needs to go.
And you've said that something happened at your house that the mayor, you think, orchestrated?
It's a great possibility. I wouldn't put it past her. Last summer, my house was sprayed with bullets.
Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all.
Here are my thoughts. As the doctors previously noted in the clips from two different perspectives, identified that, true narcissists only want to be praised. They're only concerned with their own personal interests. And more importantly, if you do not do what they expect you to do to uplift them, they lash out. And in Tiffany Henyard's case, it's been proven time and time again. But I want to hear from you in the comments section. Please provide your commentary about this subject and any other topic you want to discuss here on Male Reality Lessons. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe and have a good day.